Hey Jane, this is Sean. Just taking a look at your walk cycle. Overall, it's pretty good. I'm liking it. Um, there's some tweaks that could help this a bunch, but so let's dig into this. Let's see what's going on. For starters, this has a bunch of keys and stuffs wobbling. So any movement in here is going to cause some strangeness in your animation. So just to kind of check and see what's going on, I'm just going to get rid of all that. So this is the core of what you animated, which not too bad really. I would start by, let's make sure this loops correctly. So I'm just going to middle mouse drag 1 over to 33. So now we should at least get a loop, which seems like we're good. Yeah, that's alright. So then I go from here and figure out, okay, what else is going on? Yeah, so it feels like there's a lot of forward and backwards going on, and I'm guessing you were sort of fighting this base curve when you were working on your animation. I could be wrong. I wasn't there, so I'm just guessing. So I want to like reduce some of this down where we can. That's probably where a lot of the wobble's coming from. So I want to be as non-destructive as possible. That's contact. So I don't know if that's going to help too much. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of zips back. That's probably this. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Oh, so there was a missing key on this keyframe. So I'm just going to grab everything and key it all just to make my life easier. I think. Yeah. See what's going on. So I'm just going to get rid of that. So these are the keys I added, so I'll clean that up. It's going to help to just do that. Alright. So now that that's gone, I start looking at it and go, what else could we do? We want the head to feel sort of the calmest out of everything. And it looks like we're shifting weight over there, and then you're shifting weight back, which is kind of cool. So I kind of see what you're going for, but it ends up doing some weird stuff on your upper body. I think this is a situation where we should put the translation down here on this control and not so much on this control, because it adds all these strange wobbles on top. So I think I might go and get rid of the rotation, and then maybe X. Okay, we don't have X. That's rotation. That's left and right. Yeah. Yeah. And then put that rotation here instead. I might be blowing away your anim, but this is sort of a necessary evil. And then, so because I removed the rotation on the hips, all this stuff's going to be messed up. Let's just see. Cool. I'm seeing a lot of weirdness on the arms, which we can clean up later. I'm just going to hide the arms. Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to soften it up a little. Yeah, so now I have, like, the point of it is I have this control that I can play around with that I'm not going to break the rest of the animation. So you can kind of do whatever you want with the walk cycle, not worry too much about it. Yeah. I think that's this guy. Does this have stuff? Nope. Does this have stuff? There's like a hitch in the head. Let's see what happens when we just get rid of this. Okay. I think here's where I want to show you. I'm guessing that's a counter on the neck that you animated. Which doesn't look too bad. What if we did that? Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So this orientation on the head here, if that's set to 0, the head kind of is always looking forward. So whatever I do, it helps maintain its position. So if I set it back to 1, where it defaults, and then I rotate this, see how it moves with the rib cage? So for this animation, we're much better off in front view. So now I still have your animation where you key this stuff. But it's way cleaner. And now you can add stuff here to the back or whatever you want to add. But at least it's not, it doesn't have that weird hitch thing going on. So the arms have the same orientation option. So set that to 0. Make sure that's all 0 the whole time. So that will get a lot of the twitchiness out of the arm, but now you kind of have to do another pass on the arm because you're probably counter animating stuff before. So you just got to go clean that up. But it should be a lot easier to work on your animation in this mode. Some weird stuff going on. Just tweaking this, trying to get it, see if we can get it to feel more natural. Yeah. I would do the same thing because at this point I'm just kind of playing with stuff, trying to figure out what's needed. I'm trying to go watch the curve. If it curves down, it'll match this. So I try to smooth that out. Can keep going. I would spend time, if I was working on this, I'd spend more time on this. See if I can get some more like up and down on the chest going on. You can even translate this up and down if you wanted. So you can go when he stands. What is this? This guy. It squishes. And it stretches. At this point, I'm just playing with stuff. I don't know what'll work and what won't. I should stop. Alright, I give up. Not working. Set that back to 0. But anyway, yeah, so I would start there. Once you get that stuff in that mode, then you can start cleaning up the arms. And then there's stuff on the feet I would tackle too. Like you can see, if you watch this knee right here, it kind of does a weird double move. And then the shoe's in a strange position. That's not too bad. What does that look like when it goes forward? The tricky part, the reason when I animate the guys walking forward, because when you go back later and try and like get it to move forward, it's trouble. See if I can get it right. Because we started the scene. Let me open up another Maya. I'll just reproduce the move. I set the speed to lock the foot down right here, but then the rest starts sliding. So it's always a battle at this point to try and get it to work right. Because then that foot's sliding there, so it's hard to say what speed to set this stuff to. $33.11 $315. Well, I was way off. I'm not that far off. Let's see what's happening over here. Okay, so yeah, that's the one I was editing. So we can tell the difference. It's original. Yeah, so the foot kind of goes, if you watch this foot, it goes like forward and back and then stops and then slides some more. And then there's like a bunch of back on this foot, there's like back and forth wobbles. You don't really see it when you turn this off, but you do see you can pick up on this foot. You feel like it is wobbling around. This one's pretty good, surprisingly, but it's way easier if you just don't move that sphere. Because if we go, we should be able to go like this and flatten out the curve. But then it probably adds some extra. You're probably doing that to try and fix the slide. Yeah, so the slide's all kinds of strange. Okay, so do that. That's what you should try and fix first. Your arms are probably fine for the most part, but yeah, once you get this guy cleaned up, you can clean up the rest of the animation, and then do most of your rotation on the hip, not on here. That way the head looks stable, and then set these guys to the orientation 0. You should be in a lot better shape. Alright, well hopefully that was somewhat helpful. This is sort of how I would tackle animating this if I was working on it. Alright, see you later.